So, Stephen, thank you so much for joining Gulf Business at Cityscape Global out here in Saudi Arabia. Uh, my first question to you, what is the sales strategy for ultra high net worth individual residential market? And how are you overcoming the challenges of attracting international investors away from established global luxury hubs?
Rajiv, great to be here. It's awesome to be back at Cityscape. There's clearly a great energy and so much happening in the kingdom, and to see so many of our industry peers. For us as Red Sea, it's a special time, especially with so many hotels that have opened and so many on the cusp of opening. And now there's a big focus on our residential portfolio as well. So the sales strategy for ultra high net worth individuals for us is very much about getting people to visit the destination. It is truly so spectacular. There's very few places in the world today where you can buy property in such a pristine location, but also where there's such a commitment with regards to enhancing and protecting, not just protecting, but enhancing it. So I think for us, what we've seen the greatest success from our sales is when people come down and visit the destination and really appreciate just how special it is. And then in the instance of Laheq Island, which we've recently announced, and that is adjacent to Shura Island, which is our hub island where there's so much activity and vibrancy, to have such a really exclusive residential community where we're creating a true community of homeowners that really appreciate the natural beauty, the experiential offering. I've never been involved in a residential project that has this level of programming. So it's super exciting to be able to showcase that at Cityscape.
Now, coming back to what you just mentioned, the Laheq Islands. Now, what is the total estimated investment value for Laheq Islands? And what is the timeline for the first residential property handovers?
So it's in the billions. It's a large-scale project. It's across 400 hectares. The timeline for the project, we're looking to deliver the first. It'll be delivered in two phases. Phase 1 will be delivered in 2028, and then phase 2 will roll into 29.
How is the project achieving the aggressive 30% net conservation benefit? And what specific technologies are, such as like managing water, waste, and energy within the Forever Garden concept that you have?
Yeah, look, Forever Gardens is just one of a number of projects that we're developing, and it's at the core of everything that we do. The regenerative tourism, we're no longer looking at just protecting the natural environment, it's about enhancing it. And I think that's what really sets us apart from many developments around the world. Last year, we planted over 2 million mangroves. So we have a lot of different metrics that we measured against that, whether it be mangroves, whether it be corals, whether it be avian species, turtles, marine life, we're constantly measured against that. And then it's how we build. So again, there's major focus in that regard. There's a lot of off-site construction to minimize the amount of on-the-ground labor and the impact on the natural environment where we're developing. So it's across all facets in how we go about developing and then operating the projects that we're building.
Now, what were the key engineering challenges in delivering the monumental ring structure? Now, as I understand, the ring is an 800-meter wide circular structure at the center of Laheq Island. I mean, so if you can just elaborate on that.
We've had the benefit of working with the world's best technical consultants and creative consultants. Foster and Partners were the master planners and architect for this project. And the Forever Gardens, as you referenced, is very much a lightweight structure. It gives guests an opportunity to immerse themselves in nature with these hanging gardens. I think the most complex part of the project is where we have the water that's flowing in. So we have a large span that's suspended above the water, and that structurally was the most complex part. And then there's other elements like the irrigation to all of the hanging gardens and making sure that's done in a sustainable way and using grey water for that as well. So, but again, that's just a couple of examples. It's across all facets of the project. But yeah, architecturally, the ring is very much a signature for the project, 800-meter diameter. And it gives guests an opportunity to really have a connection, not just with nature, but also with the water, with such a large water body that sits in the middle of that lagoon. So yeah, it's such a unique project.
Last question to you. At Cityscape Global, what can we expect over the course of 4 days? I mean, some agreements or MOUs from your end. Can you share that?
Look, from our side, we're already seeing it. We've been here half a day, and the amount of interest that's coming in is huge. So I've been to many cityscapes, and each year, particularly in Saudi Arabia, it's just getting bigger and better. So for us, the volume of inquiries, the level of interest is significant, and we expect that to continue across the full 4 days. For us, there's a number of projects in the pipeline as well, which are going to add new layers to the destination, which will be coming out, will be announced in the coming months. So there's always, with Red Sea Global, there's exciting announcements, not just limited to the 4 days here, but ongoing because of the extent of projects that we're developing.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you. Bye.